audiences to New York City, to audiences tuning in from all over the world. We are coming to an end of our 2 days together, and I want to send it back over to Bill Pappas, Head of Global Technology and Operations at MetLife, who has been hanging out with the enthusiastic team over on the New York side, or on the Cary side. And Bill, you got to hook us up with your final thoughts. We have so much to cover over these last 2 days. Sum it all up for us, and also share with us how we look to the future, because a lot to recap here.
Thank you, Katie. Wow, wow, and wow again. I mean, what an amazing couple of days. Serena Williams, Ellen Pao, Amy Webb, Carla Harris, Michelle Khalaf, and the list goes on. Powerful words from powerful group of people. I'm certainly feel energized and optimistic about the future of women in STEM, and I hope you are also optimistic as well. I said it when I stood up here yesterday to kick off our conference, that if we did this right for the last couple of days, by the time we can part ways today, we should be able to turn our learnings into action that promote diversity and brings more women into STEM. So I listened to one inspirational speaker after another. I wanted to leave you with what I think is the vision for all of us in the path forward. And that vision will happen through the collective power of companies, the technology industry, and individuals. So let me start with talking about companies first. Companies who are going to close the gender gap have three qualities. First, you have to be a purpose-driven. At MetLife, we're a purpose-driven company. Our purpose, always with you, building a more confident future, is at the center of everything that we do. We're always there for our employees, customers, shareholders, and the communities that we serve, navigating life and change together. It is a culture that strives for each employee to be able to achieve their career aspirations. But our purpose means more than simply meeting our obligations. It is about being a force for good in the world. And that's what drives our decision to raise the bar with respect to sustainability, but also diversity. Equity, it's not a zero-sum game. I always say that a rising tide really lifts all boats. We have an ownership to make it better. In fact, based on what we have heard, we have a responsibility to hold ourselves accountable for leaving the world better than it was when we came in. And companies that they are purpose-driven, that they are force for good, are also humble enough to understand that despite the best efforts, there is still bias for actions. Good is never good enough. There is always more work to get done. So next, let's talk about the technology tech industry. At MetLife, our employee value proposition is altogether possible. We believe that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. As an industry, we all need to be rowing in the same direction. We must understand the democratization of technology is already taking place, and the answers, they're not going to come from two companies or two cities in the US. It will come from all of us across the globe. And we must, as an industry, ensure that our minds wanders productively, so we can collectively discover the ways to be able to create solutions to get more women involved in the work that can fix some of the global issues that is affecting all of us. We talked about health equity and community resilience. But none of this can happen without all of you. That goes back to the individual. Everybody sitting in this room and the thousands of you watching virtual across the globe. Each and every one of you must realize the power that you have to make a difference and to affect change. And we all must take accountability. We heard about the importance of sponsorship, mentorship, and allyship. One of the panelists, I remember it was Jessica, said that just because it's not your plan does not mean it's not your destiny. We need tools. We need to support and inspire women to thrive in every stage of their career. So where do we start? All of this for me, as I was listening here the last couple of days, make me think one of my favorite quotes. I'm Greek, in case that folks have not figured it out yet. So it's not a surprise that I've chosen an expert from Ithaca, from the Greek poet Cavafy. So it says, as you set out for Ithaca, remember Ithaca, the island, hope the voyage is a long one, full of adventures and full of discovery. This is not an easy problem to resolve, and it's not new. As I was listening here the last couple of days, make me think one of my favorite quotes.
So
I'm Greek
I'm
in case
so
that
good I
folks
can
have
actually
not figured it out
reply.
yet. So it's not. So maybe I will say again, as you set out for Ithaca, so what does that really mean? That means that we know that what we are about to do and what we're doing for the last X number of years is not easy. But we must find the joy in the journey, the joy in that odyssey. We must embrace the journey over the destination. And we must work together, our companies, our tech industry, each of us individually to get there. So thank you for your support of women. Thank you for your support of MetLife. And thank you for believing in the power of change.